right, welcome to day 24 of this Active Restore 30-day challenge. Let's jump right into it. Standing on the mat, face the side edge of your mat, and take a wide stance. I'll turn slightly so we can face here. A little bit wider than usual stance than your typical hip width. And turn your toes out, and then begin to drop right into a squat with your hands on your thighs. And start to breathe deeply here. This sumo squat, actually, from the stress response somatic therapy world, the sumo squat is a grounding posture to counter the flight response. Those familiar with the fight, flight, freeze, and fawn response, this one is sort of a medicinal antidote or antithesis to the flight response. So we sumo, we ground and breathe. I'm going to invite the opportunity to add on here though, twist, because if maybe you've been sitting or driving, who knows what you've been up to over there, but we want to take a big deep breath in here. And then exhale, bring your right shoulder down, you turn the fingers in and rotate, turn, twist your torso to the left, look to the left. Then inhale, center. And exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center, tall spine. And exhale. If the legs are burning, inviting you to stick with it. Let's do one more per side. Inhale, center. And exhale. Just some gentle encouragement, hey? And twist to the right. Okay, inhale. Center, rise up. Bring your feet back to hip width apart. Notice what you notice in your nervous system. Likely it gets the heart rate going. For me, here, talking and doing that at the same time, that's happening for me. Work on the awareness that your breath, as you consciously participate in it, can support regulating your nervous system, your heart rate, your blood pressure, your anxiety levels, this kind of thing. It's one of the benefits of this practice. So we're going to lengthen the breath here. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, bring your hands through center. I like to interlace the fingers and press down and empty the lungs there. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale. Taking some of the deepest breath of your day here so far. And then exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, sweep the arms wide, reach up, lean back any amount there. And exhaling. As you exhale, you can also draw the belly button in slightly. And one more time. And an exhale. Okay, now let's inhale, reach the arms up. Press the palms together. Side bend to your right side. And then inhale, come back to center. Side bend to the left. We'll do that 1 more time per side. Inhale, center, get nice and tall. Exhale, over. And once again, inhale, center. And exhale, over. All right. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, release. Okay. Take your feet together for this next one. Feet together, knees together, squeeze them in. Just clapping there, the gesture to squeeze the knees together. Sink your hips low, and if you can, graze your fingers along the floor. That's going to help you find a really good, challenging depth for your body. Chair pose. And bring your hands together in front of you and squeeze them together. So press them like pancakes together, and then reach. Invitation to take your torso parallel to the floor, belly on your thighs here. And some of you might like to interlace the fingers and then reach. This is going to build some heat if it's not already. For 3, breathe, deep inhale. 2, and 1. Fold forward. Take your hands to the floor, or maybe you have your 2 blocks next to your feet. Folding forward. Let that go. Maybe nod your head, yes, no, maybe so, to loosen up the neck a little bit. For 2. The hands or fingertips can push into the floor to really encourage a pressing through the hands and encourage your chest to the thighs. Take one more deep inhale, deepest inhale. And an exhale. Okay. Find a halfway lift. Walk your fingers forward or hands to your shins. Use that to help you lengthen your spine. There's a breath in there and an exhale to fold forward. And one more time, a halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Plant the fingertips out in front of your feet and then bend your knees and lift your heels up like so. The heels come up. Some of you at home, if you have a block or a couple of books nearby, we're coming into a toe stand here. As you can see, lift the heels up high. You can challenge the balance. So good for foot health in this one. Challenging the balance there, or the support of a block under the arches of the feet. Okay, so then you can sort of rest there as well. Still get really wonderful benefits. The invitation here is to twist actually in this toe stand. Take an inhale, twist to your left, look to the left, hook your elbow outside of the thigh. That's challenging the balance, or for support and to emphasize maybe a little more of the twist, take the fingertips to the floor. Squeeze your knees together. Look down, look forward, maybe look to the left as far as you can for 3. Breathe into your low belly, low back, mid back. 2. And 1. Okay, inhale back through center. Heels up, you're doing great. And then twist to the right. You can hook the elbow against the thigh. Keep the heels lifted, let it be a bit wiggly and wobbly. It's part of the intention. It's really good for the brain to have these extra challenges. Or the fingertips to the floor, gaze forward, down, or up and twist to the right. For 3. For 2. And for 1. All right, release. We can release the heels down, knees down, untuck the toes, and then rest for a moment. Kneel, resting, sitting on the knee shins here. Observe and notice what you notice so far. So take a moment to pause, breathe here. Some moving breathing meditation. Okay. Intention of that is to weave in my work as a counselor and therapist, I often am encouraging people to weave in mindful moments throughout the day. So much research and the world of integrating mindfulness is talking about this, so just encouraging you to try those little pauses in the day. Take a breath, observe, and proceed. And plant the palms. Step your feet back into downward facing dog, hips to sky. Maybe you pedal out the feet a little bit to stretch out the calves. Okay, then our transition here a little bit more for the low body. Step your right foot forward between the hands. Here, for some of you, the 2 blocks can be helpful. Either side of your front foot to lift the floor up towards you. I even appreciate this myself. I have longer arms, but I like the feeling and the way I can study the posture in my body and the shape with the blocks. Full deep breathing for 3, for 2, and for 1. Here's the next invitation. It's gonna turn it up a little notch. Look forward, walk your hands forward, and then float your left leg up towards the sky. Come into a standing L shape. In this standing L shape, standing single leg splits shape, inhale, send your left foot up and back, look forward, point the chin forward and up, and then exhale, curl your left knee into your chest, chin. And inhale, get long and strong there. Exhale, curl in, bending both knees, and then inhale, straighten the back leg, and exhale, curl in. Wonderful. Step your left foot all the way back. Plant the palms. Step into plank pose. Take an inhale at the top of your plank push-up. And exhale, lower your knees, your chest, and your chin. Inhale, lift up for cobra pose. Nice back bend. Squeeze your legs, your glutes, tops of the feet push into the floor. Pull your heart forward. Maybe you look up. Take one more deep inhale here. And exhale, roll down, belly, chest, chin. Hands under the shoulders, tuck your toes. Push your hips back to your heels. And then hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And have a look forward. Step your left foot forward. Hands on either side of your front foot. Strong posture here with the low body, low lunge, or a supported lunge. Or maybe your hands are to your blocks here. I'm going to do that. Lift through the chest. Reach through the back heel. Extend through the top of your skull. For 2. For 1. Okay, look forward. Walk your hands forward. Place your hands to the blocks if you're using blocks, and then float your right leg up, coming into a standing L shape. Challenge the balance a little bit. We're going to add some of that movement here. Inhale, send your right heel a little bit higher. And exhale, curl in, knee to nose, forehead. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, curl in. And one more time, deep inhale. And an exhale, curl in. All right, step your right foot back. Then your left foot back, plank pose. Inhale at the top of your plank. Press your upper back into the sky. And exhale, lower with control and strength. Inhale, lift your head and chest, cobra pose. Some of you might work the elbows towards straight. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, roll down. Press your hips back. Child's pose, or this last visit to a downward facing dog. All right. Then let's bring the right knee forward to your right wrist. This is great for the hips. Pigeon pose. Right knee forward to the right wrist. The front shin is towards parallel to the front edge of the mat, but you want to listen to your knee here. So oftentimes you have a bend. Maybe the knee shin is at a 45-degree angle. Pigeon pose. And for some of you, placing a block or blanket under your right thigh bone, especially if your sit bone, your thigh is really high up. You want to sit on that and then safely, progressively open the tissues of your outer right thigh. Hip. The back toes can be untucked or tucked. Some of you might lift the back knee as well. That's an option. Staying upright or folding forward. We'll go for 3. For 2. Sometimes I really like to move. I've had more of a seated, stagnant kind of day so far today. Interlaced with some moments of movement, but it feels good to move. Get some fresh blood flow into the areas of the body that haven't had any fresh oxygen and fluids today. Okay, release the pose, step back, child's pose or downward facing dog. And then second side, your left knee forward to the left wrist, bending the knee. You want to flex the left toes towards the knee to protect the knee joint. And then some of you might be sitting on the block, a prop under the left sit bone, especially if it's up high. And then breathe here. Stay upright. Maybe you fold forward. Maybe explore a little bit of both. Breath and movement. Study and explore the sensations through the body in these shapes. And connect your breathing with that awareness. Notice where you have a tendency to maybe hold the breath. Become curious about that. Notice where maybe you're breathing in and it gets a bit choppy and edgy for a moment and then it returns. What's that like for you? One more deep breath in. And then release. Just a temporary visit, either downward facing dog or child's pose. Then we'll step or hop through. Take your feet between the hands and straighten your legs. We're going to fold forward here. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, fold. You might use a strap around your feet. If it's a challenge to reach your feet, use a strap or a belt. Otherwise, grab your feet or your ankles or your shins and bring your forehead towards your knee shins. Okay. Exhale any judgment around thoughts you might have around flexibility. This is about inhabiting your body. That's an invitation, a gentle, encouraging invitation, and to breathe here. Let's go for 4 in this shape. For 3. For 2. And 1. Inhale, lift your head and chest. One more from here, spinal twist. Bend your left knee, plant the left foot onto the floor just next to your right thigh, and twist your torso to the left. Your left hand is behind you like a kickstand. Use that to lift through the chest. Your right hand holds the left knee, or wrap your forearm around, or hook your elbow against the thigh. And then try to look to the left. Turn the chin, and we can complete this twist even with the eyes. Turn the eyes all the way to the corners. For 3, breathe here. For 2. And for 1. Exhale, release, straighten the left leg, and go ahead when you're ready, bend your right knee, plant the right foot. Take your right hand behind you like a kickstand. Lift through the head and chest, and then twist to your right. Full deep breathing. Try to have a gaze over the right shoulder, looking over right shoulder. For 2. And 1 more deep inhale through the twist. And an exhale. Release the posture. Coming into crossing the legs, coming into a seated pose, sitting up onto your block or cushion, or flat onto the ground. I like sitting on something just to lift the pelvis up and give more access to the lungs. Right away, the invitation is to drop into your meditative seat. You might give yourself the gift of a couple cleansing, clearing breath here. So smooth breath in and a smooth breath out. Dropping in and closing the eyes if that's available. Or find a soft gaze at an unmoving object in front of you and just relax the muscles of the face. Relax the eyes. Allow the shoulders to melt down away from the ears. Find a balanced seat here where the core and the spinal muscles aren't really working too hard. If you're at home and you have the space and the preference, you might also do this meditation lying down. So listen to that intuition for sure. Full support. And an opportunity here to connect with your inner witness, so witnessing sensations and emotions and thoughts going by. Inviting you here to connect with the stillness of your body. Allow or invite or commit to stillness of your body. Drawing attention to the stillness of the breathing rhythm, of your natural breathing rhythm, the stillness of the breath in your belly, your chest, And then just compassionately returning to the stillness of your body and the stillness of your breath. If the mind wanders, just drawing attention compassionately back to the stillness of your body and the stillness of the breath. Inviting this meditation to be somewhat like a deep listening. Listen with the entirety of your being. Listen from your solar plexus, from the pelvic bowl. Listen from the center of your chest. Listen from the space between your eyebrows. Natural lifting of your heart and your crown. Connecting here with what has been called an effortless effort. Resting into the direct experience of your spontaneity, the spontaneousness of life as it realizes itself through you, through your body, through the space that your consciousness occupies here. And taking your time, if you do have more time here, deepening in your meditation, deepening in your practice here, and cultivating this unique direct experience of your own inner environment that only you can verify for yourself how it supports you and supports your connection and intimacy with yourself and life. So once again, thanks for being here and tuning in and sharing your presence and your precious time and attention, this precious resource. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take good care over there.